Hello folks and welcome to Mud Max Metal Detecting. Right, following on from the last video where I gave you my honest thoughts on the Deus, one of the viewers, Delcy, has asked for more information on tone breaks and how you set them. So absolutely, Delcy, if that's what you want, that's what ye shall have. So this is for you and anybody else who's interested really. I'm going to set the coil up. We'll go into the menu. We'll make some tone breaks, we'll talk about how you do it, and we'll listen to what they sound like when you do. Let's get stuck in.
Okay, let's have a look at these tone breaks, shall we? Right, here we are in GM Power, which is a 3-tone program where you hear the iron. We'll talk about the iron a little bit more in a moment. So let's go into the menu. And there we are, we've got sensitivity at 50 because I'm in the house, it's full of EMI. Let's go down to discrimination, because discrimination is where we find our tones. Now that is set at 6.1. Now very quickly in here, we've got iron volume. Remember that? You probably know that already. Right, expert. 3 tones. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up to 4 tones because I want 3 different target tones for this demonstration. So I'm going to arrow down to 4 tones. Then I'm going to hit expert again. And this first menu is where you can set the pitch of your different tones. In the video the other day I talked about how you can set the Deus so it sounds how you want. So this first menu, these numbers down the side here where this little arrow is, they are the pitch. So 202, 518, 644, 725, that is the pitch range. And you can alter those to suit yourself as well. You can do it now, or you can do it after you've done your tone breaks. So that first one at the top with the arrow on it now, that is 202, that is your iron tone. You cannot change the break on the iron tone. If you move that, you'll move the discrimination, because that first one is locked into the discrimination. Okay? So leave that alone. Now, the second one is currently at 518, and it's covering a huge amount of the range. Now, you might not want your first tone to cover that many of your targets. You might only want it to go up to 40 for whatever reason. So this is what you do. So I'm going to go round these pitches, changing the pitches with the up or down keys, remember. You can change the pitch up or down to make that a lower tone or a higher tone. The choice is yours. Okay? But we're talking about actually the range at which the different tones come in. If you press that again, once you've gone to the bottom, it will take you into that menu there. This is your tone breaks. So there at the top, you see the arrows now at the top and it's on 6.1. As I said, that's your discrimination. Now, remember I told you about the iron volume. The reason why I told you about that is if you want a 3-tone program, you come into 4 tones. But if you don't want to hear the iron, just turn the iron volume down. Turn it to 0. And then you've got 3 target tones and an easy life not hearing the iron. If you want 4 target tones, then you're going to go into 5 tones and you're going to turn the iron down to 0. Or, if you want to hear the iron, you leave that one exactly as it is and you leave the iron volume on whatever you want it. 3 if you want it soft, 4 if you want it a bit more punchy. The iron volume adjusts the sound of the iron, how much intensity there is. But you can turn it right down to 0 if you don't want to hear the iron. And this 4-tone program is going to become 3 target tones. Hope that makes sense. If I hit this again, now it jumps over there. And you see that arrow is right on the line of this big block. So that big block is everything from 6.1 to 76. So that's quite a lot. That is the preset. Now this is where you can adjust the tone break how you want. If you want that first tone to cover a lower number of signals, hit the minus. Now you see how the one below it is creeping back with it? Because obviously that is taking over. The next tone is taking over those numbers. So I'm going to go down to 40. There we go. Whoops. There we go. So now I've got a first target tone after the iron of 6.1 to 40. Now my next one goes from 40, let's hit the button, to 84. Now that might be too high as well, I might not want that, so let's drop that one. Minus, and I'm going to put that on 60. No, I'm not, I'm going to put it on 70. There we go. So if you were somebody who didn't want to dig anything below 40, although to be quite honest, there aren't many people who would do that, but in some countries and where you are, that might suit you. You've now got a first tone that goes up to 40, and it's different to 40 to 70, and then you've got 70 and above. So you've now got 3 tones at a different range to how it started. And you can set these any way you like. You can have them any way you want to. But that is tone breaks. So let's just have a look at the iron. That's in that first section. I don't think I've got anything. Oh, actually I have. I've got a bit of coke. There you go. So that's in that first tone up to 40. And then if I get a cut half, let's have a look. There you go. So that's in the third tone, or the second tone if you've turned off the iron. And then above 70 with a copper. There you go. So that's your sliding scale of tones, and you set those to break where you want them to, and you can do that anywhere you like. So you could, if you wanted to, bring it in even further. So what I'll do is I'll come out, I'll go back in again, I'll go round 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm back in my tone breaks. So let's go to that first one and let's drop it to 30. There you go. So discrimination to 30. You do get some good targets in the UK in under 30 sometimes, but you might want to set it like that, and you might decide you're just going to dig everything above. So your first tone is going to be your 30s. And as you can hear, that's quite a low tone, isn't it? So let me come out a minute, and then let me go back in again, and let me stay in this menu. Let me leave that at 518. But let me put these ones up. So 644. So now we're not going to the tone breaks. We're in the menu before it. I'm going to plus it. And I'm going to take this up and I'm going to put it in the 700s. That's 748 is that. Now I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm going to go even higher. I'm going to go right up to the top, 844. Now the reason for that is I've now got a lot more distinguishing high tone in my preferred tone breaks. So that first one, it's quite a low murmur. Don't forget the iron tone. Very distinctive. Then you've got a quite a low one. Now you're going to get quite a jump to that middle tone, because I've turned the actual sound up in that group of tone breaks. And the top one. So there you go. So that's how you can play around with the sounds and also the tone breaks. As I said, you can have these anywhere you want, but obviously the first one, whatever your discrimination is, sets that, and you can have the iron volume on or off. That is up to you. If I put that on there and I take it up, it moves the other one across as well, obviously. So there you go. You might want your first targets to go up to 50 on your first tone. You set the sound level for that tone the way you want it. And then 50, I don't know, let's go up to 60 actually. Let's show you something. Because I've got a pull tab here. There we go. So I've got a pull tab. So that's quite high. But maybe 60s to 70s, you're not going to dig them, because you know that that's the range of a lot of pull tabs and you're in a park or something like that. So you're just going to hit the higher ones that come 70 and above. So you've got that and you've got that. And of course you might want to change that. So you might want to change the tone of that one so that it's lower, so there's more of a distinguishing feature. So let's go bump, bump, and let's bring that one down closer to the first tone. Let's put it on 600. So this is just an example of how you can play with tone breaks and the sounds. So we're down there about 600. So now we've got that first one, which is the quite low, and then you've got your ring pull, which is still fairly dull, and then you've got a big jump to your coppers and your over 70s. So there you go. So you've changed where different things are going to come in, different scales of conductivity with your tone breaks, and then you can play with the actual sound of the tones as well. I hope that's clear, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Till the next time, good luck, happy hunting, and we will see you soon.